the first season of the Sunday SITREP. It's not just a tournament, it's a brotherhood.
What is going on, y'all? And welcome to the 25th episode of the Sunday SITREP, the official podcast of the Armed Forces Fishing League. And we've got a good one today. I'm excited. We got a couple special guests that we've got sitting in the back studio. And we're going to talk classic stuff, and we're going to do a little watch party for the rest of the weigh-in. I'm pretty excited. I haven't had a whole lot of time this week to watch every little nitty-gritty detail, so I'm excited to watch it go down with all you guys for sure. So, Nick, what's up? What's been up? We weren't here last weekend because we both had a bunch of stuff going on last weekend, but how's your week been? You were telling me that
it's been good.
The lakes are finally starting to ice out up there, huh?
They're starting to. They, the bays are opening up on the big lakes. So, once that ice breaks in the bays, it goes pretty quick. So I think in the next probably couple weeks, we should see ice out 2-3 weeks on the big lakes, and the little lakes are already starting to completely open up. So yeah, it's happening. We're thawing out.
So it's time to throw a frog.
Yeah.
On the ice. Top water best when that's all you can do, right? Everything's top water right now still.
Yeah.
Almost.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
But we are getting 1 to 3 inches of snow tonight. So
my goodness, boy, y'all can't get a break.
We always get that one last little, kick in the you know what, and then it'll go away.
right when your hopes get up. Yeah. You got it. Tracking. Well, a good deal, man. It's been we've had some wonderful weather here. Back and forth a bunch, but I said something about the frogs. I was able to get out on Santee a little bit yesterday, and I got a couple bites on a frog, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's been a while since I've stuck them on a frog, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, let's not hesitate. We've got a lot to cover tonight, and so I see a couple guys are already doing it. Make sure you guys jump in and like, share, and comment #TheSitRep for your chance to win a t-shirt and some barbecue sauce. I am almost out of barbecue sauce, so I might have to pause up on that for a little bit until we can get some more. But we'll go ahead and get the t-shirts out.
8 packs or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe we can switch it up a little bit, take some pressure off Southern Fusion. Bobby's in the private chat. Oh shoot, I kind of gave away who we got. Anyways, whatever. Let's go over some results real quick before I give away what's going on next. So 15 March last weekend, North Carolina had their second event out on Baden Lake. They had 4 teams show up. Congrats to Mr. Kirby Moffitt and Jimmy Sanders with 11.62. Took home first place. Running up right behind them was D'Angelo Esquibel. I hope I said your name right, which is our director, John Shirley's partner. They fished together and had 9.78 for second place. And then third place was Jeff Galloway and Hugo Roman with 8.65. So glad to finally see some events going down up in North Carolina after the struggle bus we've had getting teams there. Glad that ball's finally rolling. I'm glad they were able to catch some fish and have a good time. Now, Virginia. I haven't had a chance. Did you talk to Dave about it at all?
I tried calling them back, but yeah, they didn't look good.
Struggle bus. Struggle bus up on Lake Chesin, it seems like. Congrats to Danny Melinder. He's a frequent watcher of the show. I know he's won the giveaway a couple of times. And Richard Williams, his partner, had 4 fish for 4.82 is what won that derby. And then right behind him, a awesome dude we met at the Classic, and he's on here a lot with his wife, Shane and Summer Baker. 4.23 with 1 fish was second. And then 3 fish for 3.30 was Chris Donovan and John Lewis. Took third place there. That's some brutal weights. That's some brutal weights. That's tough.
Yeah.
I know that was probably not a fun day for everybody, for sure. But but their next event I think will definitely outweigh that one for sure.
Seems like the bite's been tough just about everywhere.
It's the back and forth weather, man. I think
Yeah.
really, but this weekend as well. That was yesterday, the 22nd, and then yesterday we had Indiana had their first event on Turtle Creek Reservoir, and first place in that one was Team Enlu with 1352, and then running out behind him with 578. So a big gap. There's Team Whitley, and then third place was 2 Pounds David and Brandon. They had their first event. They only had 4 boats, which is better than I expected in Southern Indiana for their first event. I was honestly a little nervous about Indiana starting up their trail, but glad they're getting the ball rolling pretty early. So,
yeah,
other than that, that's all of our results for this weekend and last weekend. But we do have one more upcoming event in the month of March down in Louisiana. They're going to be out of Toledo Bend next weekend, the 29th. And then I'll go ahead, because we're at the end of March, I'll go over them next weekend, but we'll go ahead and do an overcap of April. That way y'all can start planning. So every state has an event in April, all 3 weekends except Easter weekend. We've got an event and 3 states each weekend. So 5 April, Kentucky's having their second event. Well, I guess it'll be their first since they had to postpone green out of No Wind Lake. North Carolina is going to be out of Lake Gaston. And here in South Carolina, we're going to be on Santee Cooper, 5 April. And then 12 April in Virginia, Smith Mountain Lake. I think that's going to definitely outweigh what they had this weekend on Chesden.
Yeah.
Georgia is going to be on Lake Hartwell, and Indiana is going to be on Bluegrass Lake. And then 26 April, New Hampshire, y'all are starting your season up. Pause
we
up.
are. The permits are a nightmare in this state to get. I'm still waiting on 2, but we are starting out on Lake Wentworth.
Okay, checking Lake Wentworth. Yeah. Let me go ahead and change that for when I brief it later, or if I say Great East, just get me. And then Wisconsin is having their first event on the Winnebago chain on the 26th, and then Louisiana is having their third event on Caddo. So busy schedule for April. We're gonna have a lot of results. I'm pretty excited for it for sure. For sure.
Check the private
chat. Y'all are all crazy in the chat. I got to catch up here, but I see everybody's up there throwing their stuff down. Georgia is April 5th, Lake Hartwell. Okay, disregard. We got to update your schedule on the website. I was going off the website schedule. All right, well, cool. Check Philip on here. That's my fault. Georgia is April 5th on Lake Hartwell. April 5th. So, before we get into the classic stuff, do you have anything to go over before we bring our guests in?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. So, before we get into the classic, we've got last weekend, we had Nick wasn't here, and we had Bobby Edwards and Gage Spagnola on, and we started talking about the brotherhood a bunch, and we were talking about the conversation that happened on the water, and we started talking about the belt thing and going back and forth, traveling trophies. So I'm going to bring Bobby Edwards in and Jay Johnson, the guy that he made the bet with, and now we've got the belts. So here we are. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? Good evening.
What's up, boys?
Good evening. So, Jay, show us the belt that got this all started.
So this right here was the belt that originally started the whole conversation right here. So I know you guys can't really see it because of the shining and stuff. Don't be blinded too much. So this belt was something that with we mentioned last week, with Josh Stamey, Fishing for Heroes. I won this championship last year with a 10-7, just an absolute hammer. And I brought this belt with me to the tournament at Monticello, which ensued. It caught old Bobby Edwards' eye over there, and that ensued some talking. And so that's where we are now. So, Bobby, if you want to take it away.
Look, this is what happened. Okay, we had a moment. Okay, and then you come down the dock, flashing that thing on your shoulder, boy, like you was Ric Flair.
Woo!
And being related to Stone Cold Steve Austin, I had an issue with that. So
It's all right.
it sparked that inner competitiveness. It sparked that, oh, this dude, okay. So, but we went in depth about that last weekend, did we not? We kind of broke that whole thing down. Me and Austin lost a bet. We owe you and Josh a steak dinner. That's not going anywhere. But the point of all this is, as we started talking, you know what I'm saying? Me, Jay, Austin, we started pinging some ideas back and forth. And well, I'm not just gonna sit here and keep on yapping and yapping and yapping. But what I will do is I will bring these two bad boys and the Jampers out right here, cuz.
Look at that hardware.
Yeah, this is that Alligator WWF Tag Team World Champs. So here we are, Armed Forces Fishing League Tournament Champions, matching belts for the team that wins the tournament every month. Y'all boys are gonna get to take these home. You're gonna get to hold your fish with the belts on. Yeah, man. Let in the comment section, let the talking begin, because April 5th it's going down, son. I done put Apple, what do they call it? I done put a GPS on Jeremiah Jensen's boat. Okay, I done put a GPS on Lonnie Drouse's boat. So all you boys posting all them pictures all this week about them fish down there, don't think just because I'm stuck up here in Old Gilbert, I don't know where y'all boys' holes at. You feel me? And the last tournament, someone snuck up on me in the cove. They saw me boat flip 2 5-pounders. So
Whoa.
yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
let's go ahead and clear that out real quick. Let's
Uh-huh.
just go ahead and call a goose a goose. We were on the bank and watched you and Austin encroach into our area of operations.
So we stayed
Encroach
150 yards from y'all.
and tactically acquired 2 bass in front of me.
I'm saying,
And
you
I
know,
watched you
you know how to.
tactically acquire and tactically flip those bass in the boat in front of me, and you proceeded to yell, "Woo!" across the water
I'm
at
just
me.
saying, man. You know, like either you got it or you got an excuse why you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And we went up there and the first 2 casts on, yeah.
Yeah,
But before I get away from these belts, so we got the 2 tag team championship belts,
bud.
but then we had to take it one step further, y'all. For that
But
8-pounder that me and Austin are going to weigh in on August 5th, we got the Armed Forces Fishing League Big Bass Champion that we're going to hook up every tournament to the Big Bass Champion of every tournament. Come on, y'all. I hope them comment sections are going buck wild right now, because
Oh,
I am freak. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks. Jay threw me the website, threw me some ideas on the alligator skin and this, that, and the third, and here they are, guys. I'm pretty stoked about it.
listen, I'm not very good at keeping secrets. This was probably one of the hardest things, especially we all know how we all love the brotherhood and we all love bass fishing, right? But to be able to be a part of this design and to be a part of this idea was very, very honoring for me. I appreciate you boys allowing me to be a part of it. But to keep that a secret from everybody, knowing the smack talk that was going to ensue when these belts are put around somebody's waist,
Mm.
man, that was a hard kept secret. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty stoked for the smack talk gonna go down April 5th. After the way especially if Bud and Chad show up, I know they're gonna show up with a bag either way.
Says there's side
Man, them
34.
boys need to stay on out, bro. They can't look. You can't ignore Murray. You know what I'm saying? Last year,
Yeah,
I actually was talking about this earlier yesterday. Y'all remember when Bud and Chad showed up last year to the Murray tournament? And
son,
bro,
come
I
on.
was like, Austin, don't worry about it. We got it, man. Then that's them Cooper boys. Don't worry about it, bro. They don't even come up here. Tell me why them dudes weighed in over I think they weighed in over 20 pounds, something like that.
It was like
It was
22 pounds.
it
They
was
came
close.
in
If
and
it wasn't over, it was
I mean,
close.
you want
Yeah.
to talk about punching somebody in the kidney?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, they
Bud
straight smacked over. They bent
Bud
us
showed
over their
up.
knee and wore us out. Yeah.
Bud showed up with that long beard flowing in the wind and weighed a 22-pound sack at all of our faces.
Bud is
Yeah.
like if Lee Livesey, Seth Fighter, and and the Ultimate Warrior all like had a baby together. You know
That's
what I'm
Bud.
saying? Throw Greg Hackney in there too. You know what I'm saying? That's Bud,
Right.
dude. That boy. Oh man,
With-
and he's spinning rods
Yeah.
only.
That's
and
my
he will
wildest thing.
bro. He will wear you out, son.
You
With
don't
a
want to
frog on a
smoke.
spinning rod out of the
Throwing
back
a
of my
frog
boat.
on
Did
a
it?
spinning rod out of the
Yeah.
back of the boat.
They
Bud
did it.
Bud will do it with the Van Damme silent ninja skills with the spinning rod. He just wears you out.
And he
That
don't really
Joker-
say much. He's just back there. All you hear is squirrel. What?
You just hear zzz, 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 zzz. And it's like, well, I gotta get the net again. I fished one tournament with Bud Bowman on a Tuesday or Wednesday nighter that we fished, a bunch of military first responder dudes, and it was on Watery. And that Joker plumb wore my butt out of the back of my boat. And we pulled up to this rock pile. I pull up it's rated dark. It's our last spot. We got a few minutes left. We pull up and I bomb out a big old top water and twitch. And he's like, I'm gonna throw a frog. And I'm like, whatever, I'm throwing a top water. It's rock. There's no grass. And I just hear boom on a spinning rod, cuz. I've always loved
That's
Bud,
crazy.
and I've always respected him as an angler. But when he wore me out that day, I was like, I ain't got nothing else to say.
At that point, also, you just put your rods down. You just hold the net. You just hold the net.
Basically what I did.
Yeah.
I caught like every fish I caught, he called out. I think I weighed one of our fish. He called out the rest
Me
of
and
them.
Bud got a lot of common in.
I don't know about all
Picking
that.
fish out the boat.
I don't
Come
know
on.
about all that.
Come on. Hey,
Oh,
now,
man.
now Nick wants to come down here and get some of that Santee action and get you one of them belts, don't you, Nick?
Oh man, I have a vendetta with Santee. I got my teeth kicked in that time I went down there. It just looks so good. I mean, everything looks so good. God.
It's tough, though. It's
So
tough.
hard-
Dude,
heartbreaker.
last year I took Gage turkey hunting last year on this day, right? We went turkey hunting until about, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock. We got back to the house from turkey hunting. We were like, what are we going to do the rest of the day? I was like, let's hook up the boat and go to Santee. We went turkey hunting all day, got back to the house in Gilbert, hooked up the boat, drove down to Santee, fished to Santee till dark. I don't think neither one of us got a single bite.
God.
It's tough. It's tough. Well, you just got me fired up talking about turkeys. I was out scouting this morning in Manchester. I had a little wild hair this morning. Went out to Manchester, scouted, ran into 3 big toms, and we were talking about taking off Thursday, Friday. Bobby, I'm gonna go bust one.
Bro,
Hoping
I'm
I'll be-
off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Bud said I can run the net with the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, him and Chad always talk about like Bud runs the net, so I'd hate to square up with Chad if that's the case because Bud whipped me out of the back of the boat. So
He said, I'm gonna need a bigger boat. I was in 34s in 6th grade, cuz.
Hey, the good thing is, I will let y'all know that these belts actually go all the way out to a 56. This thing is actually massive.
Yeah,
Just so y'all
they're
know.
legit, man. The video doesn't do them any justice.
Yeah,
They're
like
legit.
if you were at the Monticello tournament, I had it out. It like legit. This is probably the coolest trophy I'll ever own. Maybe one day I'll own one of those blue trophies. Who knows? But this belt thing was
No.
was one of the coolest things ever. What?
Hey, real quick on the belts. I don't want everyone to get like, listen, if y'all ain't at every tournament, if y'all aren't considered like the OGs who been in the game for a while, we know you show up every month, that kind of thing. Like you're gonna get your picture with them, but they're gonna stay with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't afford to let $450 worth of belts go walking away. You know what I'm saying? So and the last thing I need is another charge. So just to
No,
keep it on the safe side, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're one of the OGs and that kind of thing, yeah, take it home for the month and bring it to the next tournament. But if we don't know you, we're gonna snap some pictures for old face Dizzle and let you have your 15 seconds of fame. But then them jokers are coming right back home. With
we're gonna
Bobby.
sew an air tag in them.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's
that
a
ain't
good
a
idea.
bad idea at all.
Yeah.
There you go. And
Hey,
Chase
there you go,
came down
Shay.
here. Yeah, Shane's down here from Greenwood area. If I remember right, I know he fished Greenwood Lake. But yeah, man. But
Yeah, I'm
dude,
super pumped.
I'm stoked about the belt, and the reason we wanted to do this on the podcast, Bobby brought it up, and the reason I was like game with it off the rip is, for all the other states, I'm not trying to boost up South Carolina. I'm sure you guys got your own brotherhood thing going on, whatever that looks like, but this kind of stuff right here, I mean, this is what we're looking for. Right, that smack talk, that fun, like, and all in all, we might be on Facebook talking about, what branch is better and the National Guard and all that, and whatever. We kind of all got out of hand a little bit on Facebook there the other day, but it is what it is. That's what it's all about, though. It's fun. It's in the devotional for today. I actually had Psalms 133:1. If you know what that means, you understand why I'm so enjoying this. We'll dive into that on the end, but find whatever it is. If it's a belt, if it's a traveling trophy, if it's a cowbell, whatever that case is for your state, and put something together and something this is the glue to the brotherhood, if you will, to bring it all together and give people something to pick at, make fun of, and have fun with. And I know next weekend's going to be, or not the following weekend is going to be out of hand with the handing that belt off. We're just going to get ridiculous with it. This past weekend, somebody was yelling cadence in the middle of the weigh-in. I don't remember who that was.
That was me.
Yeah, like, what are y'all doing?
I will say that a lot of all this
We know
stemmed
you
from
Air Force boys don't know what cadence is. Like,
yeah, we know that.
We
What do
know
y'all do?
don't
Do y'all do
no
like
PT.
y'all do like chairlifts, like up 1, 2, 3, 4? Like how do y'all do that?
Yeah,
Hey,
just
Jay,
like,
they got one. They got one of these, so they sitting there hitting the
1,
old
2, 3.
curls, the stapler curls. You
They
know what
got
I'm saying?
they get those finger cramps, bro. They're terrible. But what I was gonna say was all this stemmed from a very out of left field conversation with Bobby, and like we talked about, this comes from a place of true love and the brotherhood that we're building here. I fished this trail for 2 years now, and I tell you what, I was literally telling my family this the other day. We do a weekly Bible study, and my biggest thing is I don't want to do things in vain. But this brotherhood of this league has really helped keep that in check for me, and having brothers to check on me and having somebody for accountability. That's immeasurable to me. You can't find that anywhere else. So I thank you guys for that. I thank you guys for welcoming me with open arms like you do. So I
No, that
appreciate
means
that.
a lot. That means a lot.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely,
what
bro.
it's
That's
all
what it's
about.
all about. Yeah,
Yeah.
what it's all about. And not to jump off topic too much, I don't want to cut these short, but we were going to do the watch party for the final weigh-in,
Let's
and
get after it.
Trey McKinney is at the tanks, followed by John Cox, Lee Livesey.
Oh,
It's going down. Like, it's
it's
about to
about
go
to
down.
get hammered. It's about
Yeah.
to get crazy.
Of course, I cut to it right when they're going to go to a quick break. Oh, they're about
Hey,
to do the Super Six.
in the comments, who do y'all think is going to win this thing, guys? In the comments, who do you think's got some sleepers in their bag?
Oh man.
Can everybody hear that fine? Do I need to adjust the volume up a little bit? There's some
Turn it up
music.
just a hair.
Let's go 50% volume.
There you
Y'all
go.
should be able to hear that right there. Yeah, so they're about to do the Super Six. But yeah, man, while we're waiting on that to go, yeah, for sure. Like, that's what it's all about, dude. It's about the brotherhood. It's about, everybody in this organization. When they show up to a derby, they know they can talk to their brothers. They know that they can talk to their thing. And before they get this Super Six going real quick, that timing actually worked out really good on accident. So don't think we're professionals here, y'all. That was 100% an accident. But before we get to it, something about that brotherhood. Me and Nick didn't talk about announcing this yet, but I'm going to real quick while we're on it, and we got some time to kill. So we have been talking about a monthly podcast T-shirt for a good while. And on our first podcast in April, which I got to look at the calendar, I believe that's the 6th of April will be the first one, if I remember right. Yep. So April 6th will be our first one in April, and we're going to announce the T-shirt there, and we're going to go into detail on
There's a big one in the reeds.
I'm going
I know it.
fill the volume
doesn't
while we're
care.
in commercial mode.
Serious?
So, oh wait, or is this the? Oh, this is commercial. Yeah. So we're gonna go into detail of what the T-shirts mean, how it ties into the brotherhood, and how it ties into something else we're trying to bring involved in depth into the organization, and it's gonna help us with the podcast. The proceeds and stuff are all going back into the organization. I want y'all to understand that we're not here to make money off you guys, and from what I understand, the money is not really anything. It's more about what the shirts say, what the shirts mean, and we'll go into depth then. So don't miss April 6th podcast, please. Dive into that one. And I'll give a reminder next weekend as well. But for sure. But y'all excited? I'm excited for this.
Did y'all see the new Bass Cat?
That thing's sick.
I haven't. No.
Lynx STS. It's like it's 20
yeah.
foot 7 inches or 20 foot 8 inches.
The beam on that thing is insane.
Wide beam. It's like
That huge center
upper
storage.
80s. Yeah.
The seat.
beam.
Did you see the seats?
Yeah. The new
Did they say-
seats.
Did they say the beam was over 100 inches?
No, I think it's 96.
Is it 96?
Yeah.
It just looks so big.
It does
Like,
look super
It looks
wide.
massive.
Oh, this is it.
Here we go.
Everybody good on volume? Sounds good? Yes, no? Too loud?
Yeah.
Too?
I think it sounds good.
We got Trey. We got Father Gill. Telling you, man, Lee's got a bag.
I'm trying to figure out how a 20-year-old and a 22-year-old are in the top. I think they're going to be. They're both top 10, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or top 5.
They're good, man. I was listening to them talk about it on the live yesterday or today when they were sitting there talking to the anglers.
It's kind of loud.
It is kind of loud, isn't it? And they're just talking about how much harder it is to qualify nowadays. These kids are starting in middle school now.
That's the thing. Look at all the feeder programs that are out there
Right.
now. There's so much. Yeah, they start in middle school.
Yeah, I was talking to my son about that, my oldest, and I was like, they didn't have bass fishing teams in high school when I was in high school.
Right.
When I was in high school, if I wanted to bass fish, I just went out and found a farm pond or
Right.
whatever. My buddy's dad had a boat and we did that, but we didn't have these feeder teams
No.
that these kids have these days.
Right.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I think it's awesome though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like, dude, like Jay saying, man, like back in the. Could you imagine if we had a bass fishing team in high school?
I'd have been that cracked out kid there at 7:00 in the morning, just shaking, like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Dude, you mean I get to miss school for a bass tournament? Absolutely. Let's ride.
Yeah.
There's a Army bass team now.
Yeah.
Dude, right?
That's crazy.
They're active
Like-
duty too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
Dang.
if only, bro. If only.
That would be sick, bro.
Good. That's a good way to keep people in.
Yeah.
I'd still be in.
Can you like re-enlist for that? You know what I mean? Like, I want to re-enlist to go try out for the Army bass team.
Is it an MOS? I've got a lot of questions.
No, it's not an MOS. It's everyone maintains their MOS and everything. You just, it's kind of like the parachute team, the free fall
Right.
team that for the Army, the Golden Knights, stuff like that. So
It's 25
It's
bucks.
permissive TDY to go do the
They
things.
fish the MPFL, right? Is that what it is? MPFL?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, that sounds right, but I'm not sure.
By the way, did y'all see the bags that they weighed in for the NPFL on the first one?
On Santee?
Yeah,
Bro.
dude.
Oh, it was nuts.
Not a fishing tournament. It is
It was
the
out of
fishing
hand.
tournament.
This is the big thing.
And our TV coverage will show you
140
That's
boat tournaments,
insane.
200 boat tournaments, and then like up there on Clark's Hill.
If there's a world
That
I was 200 plus. It was 200
Yeah.
plus.
crazy.
Oh, Corey Johnson.
He's a
Dude,
hammer.
so coming into the day, I was wanting either Lee, Hunter, or Justin Hamner wasn't really in the running for it. I mean, I guess he maybe, anything could happen in Texas, but between the three of them, that's who I wanted to.
I
see
wanted
win.
John Cox to go crack a 30,
Or John,
30, 30.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Jensen said Father Gill's a super cool dude. Has gone through a lot.
Really?
What he said?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
this is a thing. At the Phantom yesterday, over four
Oh,
bags
my
over 30
God.
pounds on Santee yesterday.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I'm
I
thinking
seen
about
a-
not even fishing Santee, man. I'm just going turkey hunt.
A dude I know had 27 and he was in 7th, I think. 7th place in the Phantom.
With 27 pounds.
This is going to be
Dude.
insane.
It's dumb, bro.
Look at John Cox up there.
Well.
Trey McKinney looks like he's still in middle school standing up there next to a bunch of grown men.
So I met Trey McKinney at ICAST last year, and he was such a cool kid, man.
He is.
Like,
I met
so
him up
relaxed.
in Lawrence. He's so humble.
Yeah.
You think he's humble?
Trey McKinney in person, he was super chill, like talking.
He is the reigning Dakota.
I mean, I guess none of us were at that age.
From Illinois,
Yeah.
Trey McKinney.
Well, he literally looks 12 years old.
Yeah.
I
Did
mean,
you see
he's
the
a stick, though.
I know I know I couldn't square up with him on a boat.
Did you see Mercer's podcast last year when he had the Derby boys with Fighter and all them on there?
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about Trey McKinney.
Dominated by forward-facing sonar.
You gotta watch it.
Here we go, John.
He is a 2-time Bassmaster winner, a 7-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a former Forest Wood Cup champion. He is a 9-time FLW Tour winner from DeBerry, Florida, John Cox.
Dude's a stick.
With no FFS.
Just fishes what he's comfortable doing.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, that's one of the best ways.
I said that man's probably won more money on a wacky rig than anybody else has any kind of soft plastic in the world.
Absolutely.
That new express boat that Lee Lives is in, that XR21, is nasty.
Yeah.
If I was going to buy one, that's what I would buy. I love the Phoenix that we fish out of, but that express boat is just nasty.
That Vexus that John Cox is in now looks pretty nice too.
Yeah, for sure.
I won't leave Legacy
He's not in
Stone
the crush
Cold.
liner anymore?
No, he's in the Vexus. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I
If
didn't
Lee
like
wins,
that
I
crush
want him to
liner
just
at all.
crush 2 beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and just
Yeah.
2 Busch Lights.
That now makes his living on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He is 10 Bassmaster Top 10s. He is 5 Bassmaster Classic qualifications from Newcomerstown, Ohio, Hunter Schrack.
Also a stick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Met him at Murray last year when I was down there doing the booth stuff, and I got behind the scenes and super relaxed, super cool dude.
I want to ride in one of those icons so bad.
I know. Bobby got to ride in one.
Yeah, they're cool. They're a battleship, you know what I'm saying?
I just can't get over the G juice pumping into the live well thing. That just blew my mind.
I guess out of everybody, he's the least favorite of mine to win it, Corey Johnson, just because he's Canadian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We want Americans to win. We're red-blooded American.
That's right. We don't want a Canadian to win this thing, even though he's a cool dude.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a cool dude, but
and then there was one. This one is your day 2 leader. He is a 2-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He is a former Bassmaster College Bass champion. He is a 2-time Bassmaster Open winner. He is the man with
No
the
smile.
saying, "Catch me,
How
catch
does he remember
me
all
if
this
you
stuff, man?
can."
All the
I don't
stats.
know.
All the way from Minnesota, get loud for Easton Fothergill.
No emotion on that kid's face.
He's probably terrified.
Oh yeah. I'd be tripping over the boat and everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No way I'd be
so
able to.
nervous right now.
I would be no way I'd be smoothly just walking off the stage, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's got him, bro.
Oh yeah, he knows it. Like he
He's
knows
got
he
him.
One
won.
more
Yeah.
time, let's hear it for your Super
Bass
Six.
Tracks is showing that he has, according to
And
Bass
what an
Tracks, he has
amazing
5
six
today
we
for
have.
22.6,
And what's
which
it
would
all
put him
about?
at
Well, you may have noticed
76.11.
we've done some
Really?
improvements to the stage in the last few minutes. We have added
77
over
pounds and 9
100
ounces was my
in
guess
professional
for the
bass
tournament
fishing.
on
This
Fantasy
is
League.
what it's all
Really?
about. The
Mhm.
race got
I didn't even
trophy.
do my
There
fantasy.
is
I
none
forgot.
bigger. This
I
is
know.
the Super Bowl of bass fishing, the
That sucked.
greatest spectacle in all of sport fishing. This is the very item that
Side
people
note:
lay their
Bobby's
head on
Ranger tab and my blouse is sitting next to
one
Hank
day.
Cherry's
This is the
Mm.
Bassmaster
classic trophies.
Classic title, and it's
Facts
either
in his
one of
living
those
room.
6
Indeed.
or one other.
Big
And
fact.
let's
Seen
bring
it
that
with my
one
own
other
eyes.
up here right now. He's your tournament leader right now, the always lethal Brandon Lester. We'll walk
He's
our
in
way
sixth
over
place.
to the hot seat. Oh, it's very hot. Very, very hot. Nice
We
and
should all go
cool.
to the classic next year.
It is.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
that's something I want to bring up. Yeah, we need
This
to
is
get
the
out
first
an
one that
AFL.
I've missed in
It
don't
is
like
cool.
3 or 4
When I roll
years.
in these next 6, you just
They're
kinda saw
awesome, man.
little
You just got to
peek
go
of
with like a
it's kind
G
of
in your
intimidating
pocket
6.
because
Yeah.
it's so hard not to like.
From example, don't go with a G cash in your pocket. I sold a trolling motor and showed up with $1,300 cash in my cargo pocket and almost went through every single dollar on complete
Yeah,
accident.
we bought some wild stuff.
Me and Bobby stood at the KGB booth where they had custom painted Chad Chads that were like classic only, custom painted Chad Chads. They're originals.
Yeah, classic edition.
They were like $379, $450, depending on the size, the color. And we went to the booth 5 times probably. And
That's
one time we
insane.
stood there for a good minute.
Don't even
Like,
throw swim baits. Don't even throw big
No.
glide baits. Not even consider one of those kinds of guys. But man, I wanted one so bad.
No,
All right, let's
it
see.
was-
Let's see what the kids got.
Come
it was
on,
dangerous.
He holds his finger up like, hold on a second. Let me show you something. God!
son. That's that 7 he caught. 7
That's
and
elite.
11.
I didn't know he was in a bass cat this year.
How many cha-chings
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is.
We had it last year too.
Is he the
I
one
think
that
it's
almost sank it trying to get it on the trailer during practice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Don't blow out
Was that him?
on the way up here. 5 fish here today.
I think it
Yeah, that
was.
was in the video of the waves. Yeah.
6 ounces. Looking for 14 pounds even. 26 pounds. And once again,
Woo!
Trey McKinney is leading the Bass Pro Shops.
Pounds, bro.
Bassmaster
If this
Classic
kid wins it,
presented
dude,
by
that's
Under
nuts.
Armour, and that is
Yeah.
Look at those
Crush
tanks.
Monster bag.
Yeah, some studs.
Oh, good googly moogly. Look at the eyes on that thing.
That thing's a stud.
Needs to be
What's
better than
Big Bass
712
right now?
to take over Mercury Big Bass of the day.
8 and
7
some change.
pounds, 11 ounces.
Dang.
Do that, but you are right back where you started on day number 1, and you're leading the Bassmaster Classic. How does that feel?
Unbelievable. I look out here at this amazing crowd, man. It is crazy. All you guys come to support this.
How far
And
behind
look
was
at
he
what it's a dream
from
come true.
Fothergill
And,
going
to
into
realize
today?
to be sitting in that seat here in a little bit is
I think like a pound.
I'm speechless.
No.
It's crazy. I got my whole
He had
family.
dropped
Yeah,
down.
no, it was close to
Right
10
there
pounds.
up there in the
Yeah.
stage, man. I want to thank even
Probably
before
got
they
a
back
pretty
home,
good
they
lead.
came down long drive. So I want to
He had
thank everybody
50.
for supporting. You
Probably
guys
got
will make this
54
sport go
5.
around.
And
So
Trey
I want to
McKinney.
thank everybody
It
that's
already
even helped me
reset.
be here, all my
I think he
sponsors
was
as
like
well, and all the
44 or
families that
something like
send
that.
me Bible verses throughout the day, and anything to keep your hopes up and keep your confidence. It means the world.
He's such a
Whatever
cool
way
kid.
this thing works out, I mean, you bookended this tournament 2 giant days. Just day 2, kind of going to be your Achilles heel this time around if it doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, a lot of that, man. I mean, that nerves on that day too. After leading it day 1 was unbelievable. I was casting up in trees and bushes and everything else. So it's gonna be crazy. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but man, we gave it all.
Sure did, and I would love to see you hoist that title. If you were to
First
win
classic in
you would
top
become,
6
you're already
Yeah.
the youngest
at
ever
20
win.
years old, bro.
You're
Can't
already
even
the
drink.
youngest to ever win
Crazy.
a Lake Series
Crazy.
event. You would become the youngest Bassmaster
I
Classic
go
champion
1v1
in
on them on the
history.
coop.
Have you even thought about that?
I definitely tried not to. I didn't even want to.
Nah, we're gonna get it. I get him out there on kayak and go 1v1.
No
we had
live
nothing to
scope.
do. We had to
Yeah.
swim for it. Sitting in 60
I'll
degrees,
1v1 him
nothing to
anywhere
do.
in the
We went
country.
out
No
for
live
5
scope.
bites, and that's all we tried, and we got a couple big ones, and man, that took us home. And after that, we were real calm.
Dude, that kid might be the youngest.
On the way past and make your way to the hot seat. With that, we say goodbye to Brandon Lester, and we say hello to
He could be the
Trey
youngest classic winner ever. That's insane.
loading
Yeah.
our Bass Pro Shop
What is the
hot
current
seat.
stat on that? I'll look it
Oh
up.
boy, we started this Super 6 with fireworks. Let's keep it rolling.
I love they made the hot seat
From
red.
the very Florida, John Cox.
Let's go, John.
He's got a 40-pound bag.
I'd
Yeah.
love him to win one of these.
I either want John
you
or Lee to
deer
win it,
hunting?
honestly. Selfishly, I
Facts.
want them two to win it.
I'm gonna mute my. Oh my gosh! I'm getting bow and arrows are getting shot over here, boys.
Stanley Mitchell from 1981 at 21 years old is the youngest right now. So he would take it.
That's crazy. Let's see what this stick's got
I
going
love
on.
you.
Trey McKinney going to be a tough act to follow. But if
Yeah, that
anyone
boat's sharp
follow,
looking,
it
man.
is John Cox.
Oh, that does not look like the 30-pound sack I wanted it to be.
Incredible,
Oh,
natural, instinctual angler. An
Dang.
absolute joy to watch on the
He's
water.
got to fill the whole bag up with water.
At 44 pounds
That's the
and 8
trick.
ounces to start the day today. 5 fish to add to that, looking for 24 pounds even, 12 pounds, 5 ounces. He moves into second place. Super 6 finish here at the Bassmaster Classic for John Cox as he digs deep in that Crush City bag. Let me hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. We got any John Cox fans in the house?
I love
well, on the Lee. Let's go, Lee.
Yeah, I think that would be my number 2. Yeah, Lee
Lewis
Lewisy.
in the seat, to be honest.
No, man, I worked hard for those fish today, but man, what a week, man. I really appreciate my family over there. I mean, they all been staying up with me late and, just driving back and forth and stuff. And I just thank them for all the support they had. And man, what a week. It was a lot of fun. Bass, you guys put on a great show, and man, I hope I can make it next year for Knoxville. And yeah, if you guys didn't go by the Vexus booth, I'm running that new boat. I really love it. You guys might want to check them out, man. It was awesome in that rough water today. And man, it was a good week, and looking forward to the next one.
Today, you had a bit of a mountain to climb. Did you change things? Is this kind of a swinging for the fences type thing, or did you just run out of fish?
No, I kind of thought they were going to come into the area a little better, and then they just didn't. They ended up.
Yeah, he was banking on them to move into that in those flats he was fishing today.
Right. He was waiting on them to
But
pull
they
up.
just
I really thought they would.
But thrilled to be here.
I mean, they were staging up yesterday like they were going to.
Right.
Not even been here. So I'm very thankful, and it was a good week.
An amazing week. It's always amazing to share the stage with you.
I don't know about that, Lonnie. Not yet. I'm still not convinced on the Vexus.
If Austin's trading up, he's getting that
I'm getting an X21, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting that bird. He's getting that. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Lee. Come on. See what Lee's got going on.
Yeah, that's the boat I'm getting if I'm trading up the Avid.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a nasty boat.
He's got the mossy oak bottomlands sea deck on it too.
Yeah, I love the way he wrap that boat. Like when we seen it at the Classic last year, he had that bottom land fade into the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
If he can pull this off, this arena will absolutely erupt. This town will erupt this evening.
Let's see what happens here. What's he pulling out?
Texas.
According to his bass tracks, he has 1912.
God!
Son,
Look at them things right there.
take a mental note of them, Jay, because that's what I'm going to be holding up in front of
Hey,
you
I'm ready to
April
see it.
5th, cuz.
'Cause when you hang those up, I'm gonna hold my 2 tenders up, baby.
Come on.
I'm gonna hold this title along with the other big bass title together.
That hot seat might be getting a little bit hotter.
Dude, look at that sack.
Yeah, that's a bag.
That
That's a
only has
bag.
19 pounds.
44 pounds
Saying
and
2211.
9 ounces.
He's 24 to beat it.
Needs 23 pounds, 15 ounces to take the lead away from Trey McKinney. Looking for 23-15, 22 pounds and an
Oh,
Dang.
He moves into second place.
yeah.
1 pound, 14 ounces short of the overall lead. Digging deep in that Crush City weigh-in bag. Let me hear it for the people's champion, Lee Livesey.
Studs.
Absolute studs. What was his? So he had 23 on day 1. Day 2, he had 21.
Pounds,
And then he
10
had 22
ounces, so
today.
a good tournament, but unfortunately just not good enough this time around, Lee. But you did what so few have done. I mean, you came into this event as one of the pre-tournament favorites. You definitely delivered. Going to be a little short here today, but you got to be proud of your finish here this week.
Yeah, you know, we how about that, Texas? Come on, Texas. Let's go. Come on, baby. Yeah, anytime I can show out in front of my home state, man, it means a lot. There's a lot of people in this room rooting for me, a lot of people in this room rooting against me. I'm sure that's a good thing. But I got a group right over there, my family, right sitting there. I don't even know who's there because on Classic Week, you never see your family. You don't get to see your wife, your kids, your parents, your sister, nobody. But that little group right there and those black jerseys, man, they mean the world to me. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, no, seriously. You know, they're here and they go through so much stuff and don't get to see me all week. It's crazy the sacrifices they make, driving to take off every day and weigh in every night. It's insane that y'all want to see me catch bass. But it was a good week, man. My support system's huge. Texas is huge. I've got people in this room from all over the world. You know, I said thank you, America, this morning, but I meant thank you to everybody out there. Thank you, all my sponsors, man. If you want to support a fisherman, support their sponsors. You know, no matter what they are and who they are, you know, buy their products. That'll help.
Such a true statement, too.
And their connections, man. Thank y'all so much. Hopefully, I get another chance here one day. That
Was he not
good.
sponsored by Busch Light anymore?
Blood in my mouth. I want another chance to Ray.
Yeah,
I think he is, but he's not a title sponsor, I don't think.
There it is.
Tell me it's still a bad day to be
Oh, yeah.
Busch Light.
It is a very, very, very bad day to be a Busch Light, baby.
That's right.
There it is.
Tonight.
I was too early.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Livesey.
Although I do enjoy a good bush light every now and again. Think about the pride he has to swallow to shake a 19-year-old's hand.
No kidding. No
Fought his
kidding.
whole life to get there, and this dude's first year makes it.
Very warm right now.
And this kid just whipped his butt in his home state.
You've
Yeah.
accomplished a lot.
Kid just whipped his butt in his home state.
Stats you have is you're one of the, I believe, the only person that's ever actually weighed more weight in a tournament than you actually physically weigh. To become the youngest Bassmaster Classic champion, I mean, that's something that lasts forever.
It does, and that's the thing I'm sitting there thinking of as he rolled through and John rolled through, and it's just like every time it gets closer and closer and closer. Like I said, I can't touch it till it is, but man, it's an unbelievable thing just to be sitting here in this seat right now, looking at this crowd, how amazing it is. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Texas is absolutely awesome. I love.
Austin, I'm gonna send you a photo of the like. I'm gonna show you the size difference in this kid.
That I've waited on.
Well,
Yeah.
you can
Y'all
see it
still
on
got
the.
me on camera?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went black there for a little bit, but you're back.
Hot seat. Speaking of Bass Pro Shops, I know he's in the house. I need to give Bass Pro Shops a little love right now, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Morris, simply the greatest conservationist of our lifetime. If you love bass fishing, let's hear it for Bass Pro Shops and Johnny
See if we
Morris.
I wonder if you can put that up on the screen. Maybe not.
Comfortable?
But this is me and JT Tompkins. I want you to see the size difference
All
for these
right,
kids.
Tom, feed me another.
JT Pumpkins is even
From
smaller.
Newcomerstown,
Yeah.
Ohio.
I
Welcome,
can't while we're
Hunter.
doing this
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is sharing. But yeah, it's sharing the screen.
See what Hunter's got. Yeah, Shane. He's hard. He's definitely heartbroken. You can see it in his face. Shane said he's
Oh, yeah.
heartbroken.
Yep. For sure.
Jay, you're able to see the comments?
Yeah.
Former
If you
motocross racer,
click
now
the
makes
more
a
button and go to
living
comments, you
bouncing
can see them.
around in a bass boat. And he
Ah,
would
yeah,
love to
gotcha.
bounce Trey McKinney.
This guy
out
was
of
like a
that Bass
professional
Pro
dirt
Shop
bike
hot
rider
seat.
before he came pro.
Yeah.
Back.
Started the day
It's crazy.
44
Look at that
pounds.
sack.
His driver just about messed him up. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yeah.
They didn't stop the boat.
You know the crazy thing is my youngest son actually races moto and knew about Hunter Shyrock before I did.
Looking for 23.10, 20 pounds and an ounce. He moves into
Ooh.
third place with 64 pounds and 14 ounces.
Still.
Let me hear
God,
it for
Trey
Hunter
is
Shyrock.
what, one away from winning the classic?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
And his father Gil he's got to weigh against. Woo!
No, Corey Johnson still has to go, but Corey Johnson on Bass Tracks is only showing 4 for 8.7, which I don't know how accurate that is, but
Oh no, Corey Johnson's a sandbagger like Patrick Walters.
that's fair.
Yesterday,
Facts.
you guys saw at 1 o'clock. I was trying not to work the expo, right? And we made a lot of stuff happen in a short time period, and it worked out. But gosh, it was a great week. I don't know what to say. I got a lot of people to thank. I know my little boy and my wife's out there. Can I ask a favor from everybody? This might be the first time this ever been done on the classic stage. I only want to sing half of it. This is like my son's favorite song right now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can we do the itsy bitsy spider for like 10 seconds? Come on. You all ready? The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
And wash the spider out. Where's he at? He's up there somewhere. All right, that's enough of that. But I guarantee you he was tuned in.
Trey McKinney was getting all excited there.
That's good. That's because he was just in high school.
He's at the top of the step. I can't say nothing. He kicked our butt.
Oh god.
I just went back and read Jeremiah's comment about Fothergill, and like you were saying, Jay, how he said he's been through a lot and he won the college championship on Jeremiah's home lake
Yeah.
back home and stuff. So reading that, and then like you said, him not having like any emotions going on his face and stuff up on that stage, I could just imagine the roller coaster that's
Yeah.
going on right now.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like his whole life is getting ready to change.
Right.
Like drastically.
You look up to this guy right here. He's a prime example. He's a great role model, and just like him, you could be up here. So I don't know. Thank you, Bass. This has been phenomenal.
Thank you, and congrats on a great week. Just a few anglers left to go, and I gotta give a little love to Under Armour, and this next angler can give a little love to him because he is an Under Armour pro. Tom, feed him to me. From Peterborough, Ontario, Corey Johnston.
Do y'all notice how Mercer gets all excited when it's a Canadian? And like he's excited for everybody, but he gets a little extra excited when it's Canadians.
They got to stick together. There's so few of them. Well, I don't know. They're starting to become more and more.
Yeah.
Because him, his brother,
Gussie.
Austin
Um,
Felix isn't Canadian, is he? He's from one of the northern states. He's not Canadian.
he might be Canadian, actually.
Yeah.
Because when him and Joey Fuentes was on live yesterday, they were talking about a Canadian technique of just
Yeah.
hook setting your jig into the tree.
Yeah.
I text Joey and I was like, hey, that was a great technique. Everybody needed to hear that.
That looks like
Oh.
more than 8 pounds.
I didn't know his story. Okay, I didn't realize that this was a thing. So he had a month before his surgery. He had a brain tumor, had it removed or something, I guess. I had
did
no
not know
idea.
that.
I didn't either. Yeah, so that definitely makes sense now.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's just
And then he went and won it?
Yeah. That's pretty wild, actually. I mean, to be honest.
You want to talk about the hand of God on your life?
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Corey, close one. I mean, you guys always say the same thing. You just want to go out on Championship Sunday with a shot. You definitely did that. Fell a little short this time around, but you got to be proud of your performance here this week.
Yeah, you know what? I can't complain, man. I ran that Ranger Mercury all over the place, and I just decided that I was going to put a bladed jig in my hand with a 6 cents flush on the back and some 20-pound Seagar and go to work on them today. And I made a lot of casts and only had 4 bites all day. So, you know, that's just the way it goes. You know, I know
It's a
that
grinder.
I know I made the right decisions, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Great tournament, and I know you didn't get here alone, and I mean, you did proud. I mean, this is the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Classic presented by Under Armour. They're your 2 biggest sponsors. You represented this week.
Yeah, man, it's we had some chilly mornings, so I had to rid of that shoreman so I didn't freeze to death the first 2 days, and then it warmed up, and I actually got to see one on a bed today, like a 5-pounder, and it was just wasn't quite ready. Ran out of time, but
You could have just snagged it like you did last year.
And I'm looking forward to maybe having some Bush Lights with lead in it.
That's it out loud.
Let's hear it for Corey Johnston, ladies and gentlemen.
I was muted.
That means we got 2 left.
Here it is.
One's in a hot seat and one's ready to come in.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
hear it from Tom.
Down to this.
From Grand
Dude, he's got to be
Rapids,
crapping bricks right now.
Oh, he's shaking like a
yeah.
leaf.
Oh, yeah.
What's second place take home again?
I don't know the dollar sign. 50,000 or 100,000?
I think it's 100 because Classic's 3, right?
Yeah.
I think it's 100.
But nobody remembers who was second place.
No.
No.
That's
so.
the thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know in this case because I was getting ready to say the 2025 Bassmaster Classic, first and second place. You got a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old that straight whooped
Yes.
on everybody,
Everybody.
son.
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's see how big the sack is.
So his bass track says,
He
let's
is an
see.
absolute animal, a young
Bass Tracks is 22.6.
overcome and accomplished.
It's not
Let's all
enough.
let's all throw a guess out there when he pulls it out.
25.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say 20.
Looks like a good day
24.
at the office.
25.
21.
24-13.
22-year-old and a
21 and some change.
25 and some change.
Professional bass fishing. Started
Here we go.
with 54 pounds and 5 ounces. Needs 14.3. 22 pounds, 10 ounces. 22.10.
Dang.
With 76 pounds, 15 ounces.
It's like a dad and his son there.
And he is your Bassmaster Classic champion.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
There's the
That's
smile. There's the
Look
smile.
at the belly on that.
Look at
joke.
the belly.
Damn jokers are about to pop.
76 pounds, 15 ounces. And in his second Bassmaster Classic, Easton Fothergill is
That's
breaking records.
crazy.
But before we talk about that, let's look at this. Maybe a new Mercury Big Bass. It is 8 pounds and an ounce.
Yeah.
He's getting a payday.
Yeah.
You are an absolute
I'd be
phenomenal.
crying right now like a baby.
You had a Mercury
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Brains for
Boo-hooing.
a few weeks before a college bass championship. You went on, you had to get a medical absence so that you could actually be able to compete in that. Well, you competed in that. You won that. You became the college bass champion. You went on. You won 2 opens the next year, qualifying for the Elite Series. And now you just weighed in the 15 biggest bass in Bassmaster Classic history. Beating
Wow.
Kevin Van Dam's record of 69 pounds, 11
What?
ounces.
Wow.
That's insane.
How does that feel?
It's been
Wow.
the 2 high points in my life now, right now, and when I won the college bracket tournament, I was at, low times in my life. I had the abscess, and then I had the 2 worst finishes I've had in my career. Both times I've been mentally kind of down, and just had to dig deep both times. And
That's the epitome of what Gerald Swindle talks about PMA, positive mental altitude.
biggest thing
That
is
right there is the epitome of that.
it's up there. I'm living proof that it is possible. I took the Bassmaster route. They provide the opportunity. Just work your way up the ranks. Start at the junior, the high school, the college, and it is possible. That's the reason why I'm here. That college bracket tournament is the reason why I fished the Opens. And, I ended up having a blessed year in the Opens, and that's the reason why I'm here today. So it is possible. Just dream big, work hard, and anything's possible.
Speaking of dreams, how many times have you laid your head on a pillow and dreamed of that pretty girl right there?
I never would have thought it'd be possible until, the first day of the tournament. I thought, we might be onto something here. But I knew this lake is very tricky. I had to make key adjustments every day. I caught them in different parts of the lake every single day. And today it was very mentally trying. I was having a tough day until that 8-pounder at 230. And I got a little excited for that one.
Well, you're about to get even more excited because are you ready to make this official?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's bring out our 2024
Man, imagine
Bassmaster
grinding
Classic
out all
champion.
day with. I think he only had like 12 pounds until he had that 8-pounder or something
Yeah.
crazy. Because he made a couple
Kristen
calls after
Hamner
that.
to do the handoff.
So
In 2025, it is the excellence of Easton Fothergill, your Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Classic champion, Easton Fothergill.
wow.
Absolutely awesome story. I
That
had
is
no
insane.
idea about any of that.
I'm actually
And the
really
first-
happy
The
that he won.
2025
Yeah, and the first day
Bass Pro
weigh-in,
Shops
they even
Bassmaster
Mercer
Classic
asked him, was like, "Hey man,
champion,
you won 2
Easton
opens last year.
Fothergill,
You finished AOY
22
of the
years
Central
old,
Division or whatever.
and holds the
And this year on the
all-time
Elite Series, you've
record
already your
for the
first 2
biggest
derbies have been
winning
like
weight
really bad
in
finishes. What
Bassmaster
are you
Classic
thinking going into this
history.
tournament? You have a good sack and all that.
55 years
Um,
of tournaments, and
Screw all
nobody
that.
has
Screw the
caught
Elite
it
Series. He
better
just won
than
the Classic.
22-year-old Easton Fothergill, the 2025 Bassmaster Classic champion.
I mean, he beat KVD's all-time weight record. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know
One
he
of the
didn't do
best
it
to ever
alone.
pick
I'd
up a
like to
stick.
welcome Easton
Yeah.
Fothergill's family that has supported him through so much, from collegiate fishing to the top of the sport. In 2025, Easton Fothergill makes history, ladies and gentlemen. Wins the Bassmaster Classic with the greatest weight in history. And that right there is what bass fishing's all about. Family.
Shane Baker
Let's hear
nailed
for
it.
him, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the definition of resentment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Easton,
Just getting knocked down and getting
you
back
just
up
made
even better.
history. Nobody
Yeah.
can ever take this away from you. You took a record from one of the most dominant angler in
Yeah.
the history of the sport. And just when everybody thought they got rid of a tall, lanky dude from the north, along comes Easton Fothergill.
Oh, this is crazy. It means the world to me to be able to have my family here with me this week. They came down from Minnesota to support me. It means the world, man.
Northern Angler wins down south. Let's hear it. Come on now.
Dude, the Northern Anglers these days are just, it was always just a down south, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina. Florida guy
22
tournament
years
trail, and
old,
then
and the
the
holder
last
of the
really
all-time
5-10
winning
years,
weight
these
in
northern guys have
Bassmaster
come down and
Classic
showed up
history.
and shown out.
76
I mean,
pounds,
obviously
15
KBD,
ounces.
but he was kind of an
And
anomaly
Easton
there for a
Yeah.
long,
Fothergill
long time.
is the king of the industry.
You just remember one thing, Nick. These colors don't run, son.
From collegiate bass fishing to the top of the sport.
All right, boys, it's been fun. I've
Yeah.
worked all week and all weekend. I'm gonna go spend a little bit of time with Walker before he has to go to bed.
All right.
Absolutely. I gotta kill this sound here, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank y'all for coming on. And real quick, I'm gonna keep it short. We're gonna go ahead and do the devotional real fast before we do the giveaway. I'm gonna keep it short while I got you, just because it ties into what we've been talking about. So
All
the devotional I wanted to do today is I gotta pull it up here, is Psalm 133:1. Behold how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. And I don't have a whole lot on that, but that's what we are all about, right? Our brotherhood is everything to us. Just this right here, just us sitting here talking, doing our things. That conversation you guys had on the boat 2 Saturdays ago that led to some barriers, and I won't dive into the barriers that were there, but led to some barriers being broken, knocked down some walls for some things. And then here we are with belts and watching the Classic together and having good conversation. And it's just going to strengthen our organization. How we dwell together in unity, how we accomplish so much. And it's the same thing in the military and the first responder world. No matter what mission you're doing, no matter what you're doing, like our mission here is to bring brothers together through fishing and through their likeness of first responder and military status. Same thing when you're on a team in the military, when you're on a team as a first responder, as an EMS team, as a firefighting team, as police kicking in the door on a raid. As a team, when you dwell together in that unity, you get what's accomplished done, right? And that's a part of what we're doing here in the Armed Forces Fishing League, is we're dwelling together as brothers in unity to help each other out. Just like you said, Jay, earlier, like how you feel open and confident in talking to the guys around you. And that's what we want for everybody that fishes with us. And no matter if this is your first derby with us or your 15th derby or your 100th derby or 5,000th, we want you to feel like these are your brothers, and that's what it's all about, dwelling in unity. So there's not like a big giant message to that tonight. Is not what I intended. Just we see what happens when we do. Let's continue that. And for the other states, we're doing it in South Carolina. I'm sure you guys are too. If y'all have got a story y'all want to tell, kind of like this belt thing, bring it up. Let me and Nick know, and we'll get you on here to tell your story. I want to see that. I want to see it from the other states as well. We've shown a lot of South Carolina. I want to see the guys from the other states getting on and showing, what is their belt situation and their brotherhood there. That's what I want to see is, what do y'all got going on in your states?
Philip Hunt just had a pretty awesome,
Right. Absolutely. And y'all keep, I don't know if you want us to tell, I'm not going to say what happened, Philip, but, yeah, he was involved in something pretty tragic. So exactly. That's what it's all about. Reaching out to our brothers when they need it. I hope all is doing good, Philip. You never know what's going to happen to your brothers. Any given moment, any given day, something can happen. So be there for each other, love each other, and stay strong. But I'll let y'all get out of here before we go over the upcoming events and do the giveaway. I know it's getting late, and I appreciate y'all coming on, talking the belt scenario, and watching the Classic weigh-in with us. It was a fun podcast tonight.
This too can be yours.
I'm looking forward to handing these belts off on April 5th, and looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Nick, thank you so much for your support and everything. Austin, love you, bro. Jay, love you, and everyone watching, man. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, just like Bobby said, I appreciate you guys allowing me to be a part of the podcast tonight. If anybody out there needs anything, you can find me on Facebook. I'm always a phone call away. I love all you guys to death. You are my family, and I'm here if you need me. I'm just a short call away. So, thank you for allowing me to be here, and best of luck to y'all.
Anytime. Yeah, seriously.
Absolutely.
Night, guys.
All
Good
right,
night, gentlemen. We'll see y'all later. All right, what a show tonight. It's been fun. It has been fun. Real quick, while I go over the upcoming events, make sure you guys are jumping in. If you haven't already, like, share, and comment hashtag the SITREP. Right now, we're showing we have 14 entries in. We have 14 people here, but I'm sure people have jumped in and out. So go ahead and jump in there real quick. So coming up next weekend, 29 March, Louisiana on Toledo Bend. Make sure you Louisiana folks are getting out there and getting to that event. And then we've got 5 April. We have 4 events. I'm not going to go through the whole list of April again, but we got 4 events coming up in April. Kentucky on Nolan Lake. That should be a good one. North Carolina's got a good event scheduled. Lake Gaston. We've got a banger on Santee Cooper, and Georgia's going to be on Lake Hartwell. I think not next weekend. The 5th of April, the weekend after next. I think we're definitely going to have some big weights to talk about on the 6th. And make sure y'all please tune in on April 6th for the T-shirt thing we're going to talk about. We're going to go in pretty deep on that, what the T-shirts mean, what it's going to look like for the future. And yeah. I know. I'm actually kind of scruffy. It doesn't look like it, but I haven't shaved all weekend. But yeah, so we'll see y'all next weekend. We'll be live next weekend as well. But just prepare for April 6th to be here, be square for sure. But let's go ahead and get over here and we'll do the giveaway, and then we'll get y'all on your way for the week. I feel like I'm messing up. Oh, there we go. Hashtag the SITREP. Let's see who we got going on for a T-shirt and some barbecue sauce. Maybe if I have enough. I don't know if I have enough, so we'll get you squared away with something else if I don't have enough barbecue. Bud Bowman, easy money. Hopefully, if I do have barbecue, then I don't have to ship to you. It saves me a couple bucks. I appreciate it. Bud Bowman. Well, congrats, Bud. We look forward to seeing y'all out on Santee, I hope, for sure. So, congrats to Bud. Congrats to all our March winners. We got one more week on March. We've already had 2 winners for this month. But y'all have a good week. You have anything, Nick, before we roll out?
I'm good.
No? Yeah. Well, y'all have a good week. Stay safe, stay blessed, and lean on your brothers if you need them. That's all I'm going to say. Even if it's you got to swallow your pride a little bit every once in a while, you need to open up that mouth and say the things you don't want to sometimes. Close show. Well, good deal. I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed the classic. It was definitely cool seeing some big fish and seeing them out there, seeing a different Ray Roberts this time for sure than it was 2 years ago. But or was that 3 years ago now? Man, I'm losing track.
I think it was 3.
I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The one that Hank won. Yeah. But yeah, for sure. We'll see y'all next weekend. Y'all have a blessed week. Be safe. Have fun. And remember, it's not just a tournament. It's a brotherhood. See y'all.